G'day everyone, joined by Tom at Uriah. Busy weekend all around the place this weekend. Let's kick off something different on Friday. There's a listed event Friday afternoon, the Albury Cup over 2,000 metres. We've got one runner in that, and that's Sin to win for Jake Duffy.
I think he's got an excellent chance. He's been racing very well. Predominantly most of the field is on 54 kilos, drawn a reasonable gate, and I think it looks a nice race for him.
Onto the Valley on Friday night in the opening event over 1,200 metres. It's a listed event for 2-year-olds. We've got Absaroka for Damien Oliver.
Goes into Winkers. I thought it was a good run first up down the straight. It was just stuck in the middle of the track. Wasn't beaten far. I think around a bend, and with the benefit of having a run, it should be right around the money.
Race 2 over the 2,040 metres. Rock to Casbah, Fred Kersley.
This horse is very hard and fit. If he can go forward and get it his own way in front, he's certainly got a good chance.
Race 4 of the 955 metre challenge, we've accepted with Bullpit, but he's also a dual acceptor and will actually run in the flat knacker at Albury on Friday afternoon. How's his chances? He's drawn gate 1 there.
His first run for our stables at Flemington down the straight, he wasn't beaten too far. This is definitely a drop back in class, got a fair bit of weight, but I think he's got a good chance.
Race 5 is the Group 3 Self-Wealth Alexandra Stakes over the mile. We've got Shakora, Craig Williams, gate 4.
She's in excellent form, talented filly. She'll get a good run from the gate and be hard to beat.
Race 6, also over the mile, is the Group 2 Sunline. We've got Samavere, Damien Oliver.
She's been knocking on the door, hard and fit, and I think she's got a terrific each-way chance.
Race 7 is the Group 1 William Reid Stakes over the 1,200. We've accepted with 3 runners. The first Thronum for Mark Zaro.
He's a dual acceptor in the Galaxy in Sydney also. Following day, at this stage a decision will be made later today. Probably more likely to run in Melbourne, but his one run at the Valley was a win, and I think if he can go forward and be uncontested in the lead, he should be right in this race.
We also have Furyk for Stephen Basta, drawn gate 9.
Had 2 starts at Moonee Valleys at the track and distance for 2 wins. I don't mind the slightly wider draw. She can get back, and if they're running on with the rail and the true, she's a very talented mare. And
Catchy for Dwayne Dunn in gate 4.
I really like this race for her. She was in the wrong part of the track at Flemington in the Newmarket. Her run first up in the Oakley Plate was excellent. Blinkers go back on, and certainly on her best form, she could put herself right in the race.
Final win on the card for 3-year-olds over 1,200 metres. A couple of runners. The first Plutocracy for Blake Shin.
Ran really well first up in Adelaide. Was disappointing second up. Talented gelding, but I think if he can go forward, should have a good chance.
And Tycoon Dancer for Luke Nolan.
He was also a good run first up in Adelaide. He's also a talented gelding, and this looks a nice race for him.
Up to Sydney on Saturday at Rose Hill on what potentially could be a damp track. In the opening event, the listed Derby Munro over 1,200. We've got Twilight Song, Craig Williams in gate 1.
I've never seen her on rain-affected ground, but she's got excellent form. Seems quite natural going right-handed, and I think she's got a good chance.
Race 2 is the Group 3 Opponent Stakes over the 1,900. We've got Harlow Gold, Damien Lane.
This looks a really nice race for her. She's hard and fit, and I'd expect her to run to her best.
A couple of runners in the Group 1 Randwick Stakes over 2,000. Harlem for Mick Walker.
Coming off a last start Group 1 Australian Cup win. He has had experience on the Sydney leg, and if it was really heavy, might be a concern, but you couldn't get any better form heading into this.
And running third behind him was Ventura Storm for Damien Oliver.
Yeah, I've been thrilled with his first 2 runs back for this prep. Soft ground shouldn't be a problem, and I think he's got also an excellent chance.
The big one of the day, the Group 1 Golden Slipper for the 2-year-olds over 1,200. We've accepted with 3 runners. The first is Longleaf for Blake Shin in gate 19.
Really talented fast net rock colt, tricky gate, handle be forced riding quietly, goes into blinkers. If they're running on the rain affected going, I think he's a genuine Group 1 horse.
After an impressive second in the Blue Diamond, we have N behalf Stephen Baster, gate 15.
Yeah, her second in the Blue Diamond was from a wide gate, so we'll have to apply those tactics again. She has had the benefit of a trial in Sydney on heavy ground, and she ran second to Written By, who's one of the favourites, so I think she's got a good chance at the odds.
And the first emergency is Quafila for Craig Williams.
She's been racing really well without a lot of luck. I'll be delighted if she gets a run. She's settled in really well with Sydney. But obviously, not many people scratch out of the Golden Slipper.
Race 8, another Group 1, the Galaxy over 1100, except with 2 runners we've touched on, Thronham, who may well run at Moonee Valley Friday night. We also have Derren for Andrew Adkins in Gate 2.
He likes the wet. His best performance was last year in the Arrowfield on a wet track. So if we can get him back to his best form, he can certainly measure up in a race like this.
Final event on the card is a Group 3 over 1200 metres, Tulip for Mick Walker in Gate 18.
She ran third in the Golden Slipper last year on a very heavy track. So hopefully by late in the day, a wide draw will be to her liking. And she loves getting her toe in, so I think she's got a great chance.
Back to Melbourne, the standalone meeting is at Mornington. Race 2, we've got a couple of runners over the 2000. The first of those is Valox for Lockie King.
I think he's really building up to getting back to his best form. He has won at the track and distance, comes in well after the climb.
And we have Charlevaux for Fred Kersley.
More preferred distance is probably out to 1.5 miles, but I'd expect him to run well and also comes into the race well after the climb.
Race 3 over the 1500 metres for the 2-year-olds. We've got 3 runners. The first Muzzlebrook for Jake Duffy.
It was a really nice run first up, a little bit green. He's come on from that, and the 1500 should be to his liking.
We also have a Fighting Fury for Nick Hall.
He ran in the same race as Musselbrook, a little bit green also, dropped a bit. He looks to have come on, gone into a set of winkers. I think he's got a good chance.
And rounding out the trio is Guidar for Luke Nolan.
Keeps running a place, hard and fit, should sit up on the pace and be in it for a long way.
On to race 7, which is the listed Mornington Cup over 2400 metres. We have Golden Mane for Patrick Maloney.
Yes, this horse got terrific form, very consistent. He's a winner at Mornington. He's probably more winning distance is 2,000 metres, but he keeps finding the line. And I thought his third behind Lloyd Williams's 2 at Caulfield last start was excellent. So I think he's got a great chance.
On to race 8, which is the Mornington Auto Group Guineas over a mile. We've got Eshtarak for Nick Hall, gate 10.
Goes back into blinkers. I think he'll be better now that he's had a couple of runs. He's just taken a little bit to get him fit. And he's also a winner at Mornington, so I think he's got a good chance.
Got plenty of options to choose from this weekend, Tom. Could you steer us into a couple of winners?
It looks a tough weekend's racing. I like Cinder winning the Albury Cup, and I like Shakora at Moonee Valley.
Thanks, Tom.